Hello everybody, welcome back to the Quick Take and welcome back to another video on the channel. I need to apologise, I'm going to sound a bit downbeat because I seriously am. I am a broken man. As many of you may know, Nagelsmann is now out of the running to become the next Chelsea manager. Reports are conflicting. It came out originally that it was Nagelsmann that pulled out. And then, I don't know if we're trying to save face and say, well, actually, no, we didn't want him. But the whole situation is just embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Because we've been looking for a new manager for a while now, right? We've been interviewing loads and loads and loads of candidates. And it was believed that the two main candidates for the job were Luis Enrique and it was Julian Nagelsmann, right? Todd Boehly didn't get on with Luis Enrique. He didn't agree with his ideals. Luis Enrique wanted too much power that Todd Boehly didn't want to give up. Probably in the transfer market because he wants to play football manager or he wants to play FIFA career mode. I don't know. He doesn't want to give up that power. And then it was all down to Nagelsmann. And apparently talks going really well. Apparently he had impressed a lot of people in the club. Apparently he had impressed a lot of people in the board. He also knew Vavell. And then this happens. And one of the reports I do believe is that because we wanted to do like 6 or 7 or 20 interviews before we even thought about appointing a new manager because we were so scared of what happened with Potter, that has now f***ed us in the long run. Because what manager is going around thinking, I could either join a stable club or a club that is a lot more structured like Real Madrid or Bayern Munich, or I could join Chelsea, which means I'd have to work with Todd Boehly, which is a loose cannon in itself, and they are unstructured. So we went from Luis Enrique and Julian Nagelsmann to Vincent Kompany and Pochettino. I am done. I'm nowhere near as livid as I was 4 hours ago when the news first broke, because I wasn't at home, I was at work, right? Or 5 hours ago. If I was at home at that point, this video would be a lot louder, right? I have had time to absorb the information and just get depressed about it because the future of our club is not looking too bright now. It's not. I don't know if I said it in a video or in a tweet or in a post, but I agreed with Todd Boehly that when he said the future was bright because we were linked to Nagelsmann. And I truly believed that if Nagelsmann came in with the preseason and the transfer window, and he was able to bring in a striker and a goalkeeper and a number 6, and he was able to really cultivate his football at the club and really grow with the fans, that the future of Chelsea was bright. But this is incredibly worrying. I don't think you understand how bad this is. We have gone. When did Poch get sacked? A while ago. We've had all this time to look for a manager, and we're going to end up with Poch, and if not Poch, Vincent Kompany. One of the reasons apparently Todd Boehly brought up was that he believed Julian Nagelsmann to be too young or too inexperienced. Meanwhile, he's got Vincent Kompany on the shortlist because of what he did with Burnley. I'm sorry, but Julian Nagelsmann is a little step higher. What he did with Hoffenheim and what he did with Leipzig and what he did with Bayern Munich is a little bit more impressive than what Vincent Kompany's done with Burnley. Maybe he was just scared of working with another German again that might oppose his views and stand up for himself. This is chaotic, it's a circus, and it's going to continue. This is ridiculous. Who are our options now? Seriously, it's either Poch or Kompany. Apparently, Xabi Alonso of Bayer Leverkusen is in the running. I don't want that. Do you know what I want? Do you know who I want? I want Nagelsmann. I want Hansi Flick. I want Zinedine Zidane. But none of these managers are ever going to look at Chelsea now and think, this is a great club to work for. I'm going to have so much freedom as a manager. I'm going to really cultivate my ideas here. F***ing hell. I generally believe that Todd Boehly had the best interest of Chelsea at heart. I truly believe that. I was duped like you guys. I thought, you know what? He's learned from his mistakes. He knows what he did wrong with Potter. And he's going to take time and really choose the next manager. But Nagelsmann was just, he ticked every box. They've ruined their chances of ever being a meaningful establishment again. We have ruined our reputation. We had a news story break a few weeks ago saying that, even though Chelsea are where they are right now, every top manager is still looking at Chelsea as a place that they want to come to. Not anymore. No, 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 no. I understand being cautious. I understand being cautious, right? I understand wanting to make sure you're 100% right, but to the point where you're ticking off names like Enrique and you're ruining relationships and you're ruining conversations with managers like Nagelsmann because you want to have 3 or 4 more interviews, you should know from the first interview whether he is ticking the right boxes. And I don't know what went wrong. I don't know what happened, right? We probably won't find out for a while. But Bowley has f***ed this up big time. Because Vivell, the man he brought in as his football guy, the guy who knows football way more than he could ever do in his entire life. Todd Bowley could study football and the history and the inner workings of Premier League football and European football. And he would never understand it to the extent that Christopher Vivell does. That is a fact. And instead of listening to him, he has ignored him and he's let a manager like Julian Nagelsmann slip through his fingers. If I had to guess who the next manager would be, it has to be Poch now. And I don't want that. If you give me a list of 10 names, Poch would be probably like number 10 or number 9. It's I'd take the bloody River Plate manager over him, honestly, man. And it's not just because he's Spurs. I am not looking forward to next season. I'm seriously not looking forward to it. Someone made a point about how Poch likes to play a 4 at the back and that either Badiashile or Colwill is going to be left out of the squad, which is terrible. Badiashile's been great and Colwill's been great. It's these long-term impacts that Todd Bowley is just not considering. I can't believe this has happened, man. I can't believe we're not getting Nagelsmann. This is just a very sad day. Next season is not going to be fun to watch, by the way, guys. Because the second we go on a poor run of games, the entire fan base, the entirety of Stamford Bridge is going to turn on the manager. It's going to be worse than it was under Potter. Because Potter came from Brighton. There was no animosity there. Brighton aren't a rival, right? Spurs are a rival. We hate Spurs. We do not like Spurs. I swear I saw a quote about him talking about how trophies are detrimental and that... Here we go. This was Pochettino, right? Again, we're going to have the debate whether a trophy will take the club to the next level. I don't agree with it. It only builds your ego. The most important thing for Tottenham right now is to always be in the top 4. Are you kidding me? Meanwhile, Julian Nagelsmann understood the importance of winning trophies. Oh my god, it's 2-0 Southampton. It's 2-0 Southampton. That's actually quite funny. By the way, I've got the Arsenal Southampton game and they've just gone 2-0 down. Zinchenko's crying already. Scenes. City are winning the league. Thank God football's saved. And that's the thing. Sorry, a little bit of detour, but that's the thing about City, right? No one gives a shit if they win the league. No one cares. No one cares if City win the league, right? They just don't want the rivals to win the league. No one gives a shit when City win the league because it's expected. Oh, Zinchenko's trying to get them riled up. No, mate, shush. Right? No one gives a rat's when City win the league because it means nothing. They have no history. And you can say, "Oh, come from a Chelsea fan." Oh, Chelsea have a history. We actually have history. It's not prestigious. Or it's not as prestigious as a Manchester United, or it's not as prestigious as maybe an Arsenal. But we have a history. Man City is such a dead club, man. Imagine having a manager like Pep Guardiola. Imagine. I'm worried for next season. I'm seriously worried. And I'm worried for my own sake, my own mental sake, because each morning I'd wake up happy knowing, or at least I thought I knew, that Nagelsmann was going to take over and that the future was bright. Now, I've got nothing to really look forward to. And I don't want to become a guy that just always rants and just moans about Chelsea on YouTube and just gets me nowhere. It doesn't help anyone. There's so many people that already do that. But for this, I need to express myself, because if not, it's just gonna boil up inside me, and that's dangerous. Lavia's done quite well there. That's another player I quite like at Chelsea, Lavia. But apparently Poch said, the two things Chelsea need to compete at the highest level is a world-class goalkeeper and a world-class striker. I mean, any fool could tell you that. But what we also need is a world-class number 6. Something that Nagelsmann definitely knew. In fact, pretty sure he said the number 6 is the most important position in football, because it decides games. It decides, a lot of games are won and lost in a midfield battle. Having a strong number 6, a world-class number 6, can definitely sway the tide in a lot of games. I don't know if that's something Pochettino recognises, and that's another thing I'm worried about. I'm just not. I'm really not. I'm not looking forward to next season now. That's the first time I've said that as a Chelsea fan. I'm not looking forward to next season. And it's not just like, oh, because you didn't get your boy. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like that. I wanted Enrique. I wanted Nagelsmann. I wanted a Flick. I wanted a Zidane. I wanted a world-class manager. And Pochettino is not a world-class manager. I'm sorry, he's just not. He's just not. He's not. He overachieved massively with Spurs. But even then, they didn't win anything. They got to a final of the Champions League and got I was about to say battered. They lost 2-0 to Liverpool. Yeah, they made a great comeback against Ajax in the semi-finals. I'm really worried, people. I'm really, really worried. And I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but you should be worried too. That's about it. If you like the video, obviously like the video. If you want me to do a match, I don't know. I don't even want to do one. I'm working on a Hoyland video at the moment. It's going quite well. But if you want me to do a Pochettino breakdown, let's try and get this video to 300 likes. 300 likes and I'll do a Pochettino breakdown. I've been the Quick Take and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later.